How's it going, YouTube? Grosevere back with another Pokemon Unite guide. Going with my boy Greninja. I have a lot of games. I think I'm almost at 100 games with Greninja now. He randomly became my main. I don't know how it happened. I don't know when it happened, but I've just played a ton of Greninja, and I love him. I don't know what else to say. I'm going to be doing this episode a little bit different, though. As you can see, I am live. I'm going to be talking, so if you hear my Switch controller click at all, I do apologize. I am kind of a loud clicker. As always, quick disclaimer, I did have water damage in my other room, so I am in the basement freaking living room. It is like an echo chamber in here, so if audio does sound trash, I do apologize. It will be fixed here in a couple days when I get all moved back in to my room. Alright, so with the Froakster, we got the basic attacks first, probably the easiest thing to go over. He is a ranged and or kind of a melee. I mean, you can call him melee. So you have your basic attack, your basic circle. It's 2 hits, then a strong one. And then if you are next to something, you will hit everything in the circle. So he's very good for killing like Vespa Queen, which I can show later when she actually spawns in. But you can just hit everything that's inside of the circle. I believe it's like in front of you, like where the actual animation is, because obviously I didn't hit that A-bomb right there. But it is very easy when they're not running away to just group the stuff up. Greninja's passive is going to be Torrent, just like in the game, same thing. Kind of different, but when the Pokemon is at half HP or less, its attack and movement speed are increased. It's pretty good. I don't really notice this type of thing. Like, I don't like look at my health and be like, oh, I'm half health, my attack is increased, stuff like that. So I don't technically notice it, but I know it does occur when I go back and like watch videos of Greninja, like me playing him. I do notice it considerably. Okay, so one thing I didn't talk about with the basic attacks either was the third attack decreases the movement speed for a short time. If it's ranged, if it's close, like inside the circle, the attack does more damage the lower the opposing Pokemon's remaining HP is. So you do want to get the melees when they are low health. It is very, very important. It doesn't do a big chunk. Like, you will notice it when you are in melee range and they're low HP, that you'll start like hitting really hard once they're like half HP. So first up for moves, we're gonna start Bubble every time, no matter what. If you go top, middle, or bottom, you can go any lane with Greninja. Middle is an option, top is an option, bottom is an option, so it's all fine. You will want to start Bubble no matter what. There's no reason to get substituted. It's not going to do anything for you. It's not going to help you. Bubble is literally just a line. 3 little bubbles come out, decreases movement speed of opposing Pokemon when it hits. It's a 9-second cooldown. It shoots 2. Was it 2 bubbles? Maybe I lied. Maybe it's 2. I don't. It does a decent amount of damage. It's not like anything crazy, but it is something you have to watch out for. It can be a little wonky to land sometimes. And substitute is literally just going to be a roll that leaves a substitute on the ground. This is kind of, I don't know, worthless. I don't want to say worthless because it is like a movement, a dash essentially, but a lot of times this doesn't do much. It's just a nice little thing to have until you hit level 5. Okay, so when you hit level 5, you're going to have the choice of Double Team or Smoke Screen. And I'll go over Double Team first. So I honestly I don't use this move pretty much at all. I think this is strictly worse than Smoke Screen, but we will go over it because that's the whole point of this video. Quickly moves the user ahead and makes illusions. That's about it. It's okay. I think it's fine. The only problem, and I do have this problem with Smoke Screen as well, is it is very obvious to tell when a Greninja uses this move. It's super obvious to tell which one's the real Greninja and stick on him. It doesn't like confuse. It's not good per se. So even if, how do I explain this? So if you watch the way the Double Team comes out, you can always tell which direction the Greninja went because the Greninja has to go in a straight line. So even if I try to go backwards, mine goes in a straight line and the other two kind of make a Y. So they do a Y shape off of him. So you can always tell which Greninja, if you're paying attention, is the real one. It's really bad in that sense of you're always at the end of, or the long part of the Y, if that makes sense. So I think this is strictly worse. It doesn't give you any kind of buff. It doesn't give you any kind of advantage. It's just kind of shit. Alright, so next up, instead of double team at level 5, you should be getting smokescreen. This is going to be a dash, almost like substitute, just tiny little like movement speed. It looks a lot like worse than it is, but you're gonna roll away, make a cloud of smoke, which does the same thing as like Gibble's sand attack. It makes it so they can't see like their mini map. They can't see where people are by them. Increases your movement speed for a short time. It makes your next basic attack a free boosted attack. So again, if you do this and then you do a melee into someone, it will be boosted damage based off of how low their HP is. If you do it from a range, it will slow them. This move, I feel like getting the free boosted attack just makes this strictly better than double team. I feel like this is a move where like I wish double team would, because you can like go forward and then double back instantly and they'll keep running to the left, you go to the right. You can do a lot of tricky stuff with this. You can get away very easily with smokescreen if you need to. There's a mixture of like, if you do have surf, you can smokescreen, surf, eject button. It's very, very safe playing Greninja when you do have smokescreen. And I feel like it's just better. Like double team does not feel good to use. The little bit that I tested with it, it feels like it's trash. Let's be honest here. Let's be real with ourselves. Double team is a like cool concept, cool move, but it's not that good because it's so telegraphed on what you do. So next up we have the choice between Water Shuriken and Surf, and I was a firm player. I will go over Water Shuriken first, but I was a firm believer in Water Shuriken, and after using Surf, holy god, Surf is amazing. But let's talk about Water Shuriken first. It is a ranged attack. You will throw shurikens, obviously made of water, in quick succession, decreasing the movement speed of anything you hit, restores your HP for a percentage of the damage, and gives you movement speed while you're using it. So it's literally just 3 little shurikens that throw off. Let me turn the both cooldowns off. So you just throw 3 shurikens. I believe it's 4 or 5 when the move is upgraded. The damage isn't amazing. Like, it's not crazy. A lot of your a lot of your damage with Greninja will be basic attacks. So just know that these are essentially just filler things if you want to use them. That's why I like Surf more, because you do get to do more basic attacks. I don't know. I feel like for the difficulty to land Water Shuriken, if someone's like actually chasing you or moving and stuff, I just don't feel like it's worth it a lot of the time. If it's a bigger character like Snorlax or someone slow, it is pretty good, but a lot of the time it just doesn't feel as good. I know it does do an extreme amount of damage when you do hit with everyone, but again, it's just, it doesn't feel as good. So next up, instead of Water Shuriken at level 7, you have the option to get Surf. I personally, personal disclaimer here, feel like Surf is 100,000 times better. I feel like my first like 25 games I was using Water Shuriken, and then the next like 80 I used Surf, and holy crap was I clapping on people with Surf. This move is so good, and people, I don't think people really know what it does. I think that's the problem with a lot of opponents when I'm playing them. They don't see like the burst coming. And I'll show you some like cheeky stuff you can do after I talk about the initial move. So you ride a wave, dealing damage to the opposing Pokemon, restores your HP, same as Water Shuriken. If it knocks out an opposing Pokemon, its cooldown is reset. In addition, this move deals increased damage to opposing Pokemon with low HP, so it is like an execute ability. The interesting thing is these Vespiquen right here, these count as opposing Pokemon. So there's been a lot of times in games where I get to, like here, you get them weak, and if someone comes to you and you can Surf hit them, Surf hit them, Surf hit them, the amount of burst damage you can do is ridiculous. If you can Surf down at Dreadnought and there's someone low and you kill them, and then you Surf and your Surf hits another person that was low and kills them, you can chain Surfs and it gets insane. I've literally got a penta killing all 5 people at Dreadnought because I came in, Surfed the Dreadnought, hit a dude, surf the dude that was low, surf the next dude, surf the next dude, surf the next dude. It was just a chain reaction of everyone being clumped into surfs, and it can get ridiculous. It's not amazing, so you are very reliant on basic attacks. You can surf to get some like chip damage in on people. Sometimes I do use it as like a chase. Like you can, if someone's running and they eject button, you can surf. It does give you like a nice little distance. You can also use it to get away if you need to. It's just, it feels really good. Having this move feels really, really good. So the way I look at it is making plays to win the game. I feel like Surf is a lot better than Water Shuriken in that sense. Like Water Shuriken is obviously probably going to be better for trying to steal like Zapdos. But Surf, you don't have to worry about stealing Zapdos if you surfed 3 of them and they're all dead. Right? So making plays with Surf feels amazing too. It is so gratifying and it feels so good. So on the talk of Surf, I just want to take a little damage here to show the healing aspect of Surf. This is also the amazing thing of Surf, is if you are by the, again, the Vespa Queens are your best friends here, but if you can surf through them, you can get a big chunk of your health back. It saved me. I know it seems dumb to be like, oh yeah, no shit, you can just spam the Vespa Queen, but this has literally saved me running from someone, and that I was able to turn on them because I had healed up and they were way overextended and out of range. So the heal from Surf is not something to be underestimated, especially if you are hitting another person. So next up we have the ultimate, the Water Burst Shuriken. You throw a giant shuriken toward the designated area, as you see, dealing damage to Pokemon in the area effect, decreasing their movement speed for a short time. Then it explodes, dealing damage to the Pokemon in the area effect once again and throwing them. Did he just die? I was gonna hit Garchomp with it, but... So one thing to know about this ult is it's not that good. It is good, but it's not that good. So it is okay for stealing like Zapdos. Obviously the range isn't insane, but the problem here is when you throw it, when you land, and while you're doing it, you are hittable by everything. You do not have iframes. It is not like Hex on Gengar. You can get melted while you are doing this move. So one thing to watch out for is if you are low HP and you try to Water Shuriken, like here, you are still hittable and killable while you are doing the Water Shuriken, unless you have Buddy Barrier. It is not advised to use at low HP because you will die. And as always, I'd like to go over the items now. Battle prep, battle items. Not even going to go into it. You're using eject button 100%. No reason to use anything else. You should not be running anything else. You should not be using anything else on any other Pokemon besides eject button. Eject button is OP. You should run the shit that is OP. Don't be a hipster. My items at the moment are Muscle Band, Scope Lens, Floatstone. I feel like these are the best for me personally. I haven't really messed around with a lot of stuff. Obviously, I am kind of free to play here, so I am a little bit locked into what I use my tokens on. I wanted to keep it free to play as much as I could to save that experience of like, I don't believe that this game is very pay to win. I stand by the fact that having these at level 20, I don't feel like I've lost a game because someone had their items at level 30. That is not why we lost the game. That might become a thing later on, but at the moment, that is not a reason. Some items that I think you could use, I think you can use attack weight. Again, I'm not really one to use these types of items. I think they're dumb as hell. I think going for early scoring, unless you're dunking for XP, I don't know. I feel like a lot of teammates have died and fed doing this stuff, but it could be good. It could be fine. I should probably test these so I know if they're like good. But for me, the like 0.6 and stuff, like it just doesn't seem that good to me. I have used Buddy Barrier. Mine's only level 10, so I took it off for Floatstone. But again, you are hittable in your ult, so using Buddy Barrier can help you stay alive. The HP is nice. I have actually also ran Wise Glasses and Shell Bell. I tried them out a little bit to test Surf and Water Shuriken damage to see if it would do more. In the end, I just went with the basic attack damage. I feel like using your items on your basic attack, which you are doing more, It's just, it works out better. You could use Wise Glasses and Shell Bell though if you wanted to. Okay, for this last part, I'm going to do something a little bit different here, guys. I'm going to cut over to a game that I streamed over on Twitch. I actually don't know what happens in this game. I'm going to be honest. I just pulled a random Greninja game and said, screw it, let's roll with it and see what happens. Because I felt like that was the best way to portray some Greninja gameplay, would be just a random game and not like cherry pick like, oh, I did good in this game, let's cherry pick this one. So enjoy, and I'll see you guys at the end of the gameplay. Wow. Gengar Cinderace. Let's play Gengar and Cinderace. Every fucking game. One of them two is always in every single fucking game, and then when it seems like it's on my team, they're fucking trash. When it's on the other team, they're fucking gods, and they're always together. I've never had a game with like just a Gengar. That was weird. I didn't even press attack. I mean, there's no point in poking them. Okay, fuck it, I'm taking this. Alright, Absol. Can I use my eject button, please? I swear, I'm the only person who gets fucking, like, stunned and can't use my eject button when I'm supposed to be able to. Like, his stun is like half a second. Doesn't help that I get the fucking Ralts up here. Our team comp is dog shit. Need to level this little fucker up. Thank you. Good shit. Let me collect all these fucking balls. Okay. Whew. Okay. Oh shit. Yoink! See ya. Ain't gonna fuck around with that. Easy clap. What? We do not have to do Zapdos. Wow. Fucking Gardevoir got that. That's crazy. Fuck you, Gengar, you fucking broken piece of shit. Okay. That was a pretty easy one. Holy fuck. Alright guys, that's gonna do it for my Greninja guide, tips, gameplay video. If you enjoy these types of videos and you're excited to see more, and if you want to see more Pokemon Unite gameplay, actual like gameplay videos as I climb and play, make sure you do all the YouTube things, leave a like, comment, subscribe. As always, check me out on twitch.tv/corrosive. If you do want to watch me play live, I am streaming every day once I get my setup from the water damage all fixed up. I know I've said that like 15 times, but I just want to make sure, because I despise my audio sounding like crap, I'm gonna be honest. That is gonna do it for this episode, guys. Thanks for watching, and I will see you next time.